concept of a soul was made up so that there would be some sort of bargaining chip for religion to hold what you do in your life now over your head for when you die. Like, if you're bad, we're gonna send your soul to hell and you're gonna be tortured forever.
Hi, my name is Dempsey Tapley. I'm the creator of Eternal Confidence, and I just wanted to jump in and say two quick things. First of all, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This channel wouldn't exist without all of you. And I hope you get something out of watching this episode. Do humans have a soul? Thing two, I made a mistake. Audrey, who was a subject in the last episode, is actually supposed to be in the next season. So we have her switched out with another subject now, named Ashley, who's supposed to be in this season. However, last episode didn't feature Ashley, and so we didn't get to hear her answers as to what human narrative brought her to believe what she believes, which I think is really important. So after this episode, at the end of this episode, we're going to include Ashley's interview that was supposed to be last episode but wasn't. So thank you so much for watching.
Well, you should have known better. You should have known better. Oh, dear Icarus, you should check the weather. Should check the weather. Oh, dear Icarus, well, you should.
In the Bible, it states that we're made in God's image, which I think is a really lovely phrase and really wonderful attempt at understanding God, but he created us to be set apart, and he created us in his image, which is a different way than he created the rest of creation. And that is what I would understand to be how we can say that humans have a soul, that we are capable of love and having a sense of understanding of right and wrong. Things like that are ways of perceiving the soul, I suppose, but I don't believe that it's something separate from our physical body, or the spirit is not this detachable thing that we have to try and transcend our bodies. I know is an idea that people talk about of being better than our flesh, and I think that God created us as whole beings, and that piece of his image that we have is really intrinsically woven into who we are as beings.
That some essence of me will last through the ages for eternity, go to heaven or hell? No, I don't think I believe that. Do I believe that my being has something else? Some spiritual connection, if you want to call that? Or the fact that my atoms will be passed down through eternity, and if that's all that it is, then that is essentially my soul, that's my essence. I could take more stock in that. But to believe that I just have a spirit that's hanging out and just waiting to be released, I feel like that wastes a good portion of what our lives could be.
If I were a Christian and to say I don't believe we have a soul, it would completely destroy any meaning behind Christianity. And the whole point is that we have a soul that connects us with a transcendent, omnipotent God that is outside of space and time. And the soul is really just like our framework. It's who we are. It's who God created us to be. And for us to believe that, you know, we don't have a soul would be to say that there would really be no point in Jesus coming. And so Christianity would just crumble at that point. Because if there's no eternal soul for God to save, then there's no point to Jesus coming. So it would give no meaning to Christianity.
Since leaving Christianity, it's made me open to the idea of like perhaps all religions, or like any religion or any like spiritual belief could be real. So that makes me think that souls could be real because of like the elements of ourselves that are so different, and like the little things that make you you and stuff like that. I guess I feel like isn't just your cells being arranged differently or like happenstance. Like I feel like there's something more than that. So I guess that's why I would say yes, I think humans do have a soul, but I don't know what the repercussions or like qualifiers are of that as far as like my life, I guess.
All the world's main religions believe that there is some kind of an immortal soul that the human being has. And this is not just a question of faith versus reason. There is evidence, there is actually scientific evidence that there is a soul. I would encourage people to Google search the Magis Center for Faith and Reason. It is an organization dedicated to researching issues of faith from a faith and from a reason perspective. And there has been a lot of evidence, a lot of research done on the topic of, is there a human soul? And believe it or not, there is scientific evidence also. It's not just a matter of faith, but there is actual evidence that human beings have a soul. So yes, I believe that.
I don't think humans have a soul. I think they have energy about them that's kind of created and developed over the time of being alive, and you affect the space around you. But I don't think people have souls. I think when you die, your energy dissipates slowly over time, but I don't know that anybody has a developed soul. Like if you die in a horrible way, like you're axe murdered in your apartment, you're not going to haunt your apartment for the rest of your life or the rest of for eternity because you were murdered in some strange way and you need to be a vengeful spirit now. That's not a thing. The concept of a soul was made up so that there would be some sort of bargaining chip for religion to hold what you do in your life now over your head for when you die. Like, if you're bad, we're going to send your soul to hell and you're going to be tortured forever. It's kind of ridiculous. So no, I don't think humans have a soul. No. It never made any sense to me. The message wasn't clear about this God character, and it was too confusing to have to continually process every time I went to church. What does this mean? Where did it start? Who is this guy? Why did he do that? What is this story about? What are they talking about? Do I really believe in this person? It's just, you go in circles having to go to church when you're confused about the entire complete concept of something. So I didn't feel like wasting my time and continuing on a journey that just did not click with me at all. So over the course of like 7 to 10 years, I gradually just found a new group of people who kind of thought the way that I did, kind of like an agnostic, like I don't know if he exists and I don't know if he doesn't exist. I just don't care. And just a little further down the line, I don't remember what I was doing. I was thinking more clearly than usual. I was on antidepressants, so I was thinking more clearly than usual. And I was like sitting thinking about the whole God thing, and I was like, there is no God. I was like, wow, that feels really good. So I had like this weight lifted off my brain, and I was like, okay, so if there is no God, then where does this go? Where does this lead? What is the organized religion about? What are commandments for? And where did this idea of God come from? It's comical, the idea of God to me now. And at first, when I realized that I didn't believe in God, and I wholeheartedly know that this entity doesn't exist, I was resentful and hateful towards people who still believed, because I thought they were being fools. I thought they were wasting their time and energy and effort on something that was mindless and wasteful and just ridiculous. So I was pretty hateful, and I think I pushed a lot of people away when I decidedly became atheist, and I knew for a fact that there was no God. But over the course of developing as an atheist and a person and becoming more connected in a human way, I understand that some people need the support of God or the support of a higher power than themselves to feel like they can handle what life throws at them, because sometimes they can't comprehend what's happening to them themselves, and they need something or someone else or the idea of someone or something else to carry the burden for them. So I've become a lot more accepting after falling away from my faith than I would be if I had stayed with it. I think I learned more about human nature and people and forgiveness and kindness and warmth as an atheist than I ever did as a Christian. I am creating my own ideas of what's healthy and right and human and the correct way to treat people.
I've been thinking about you every day and how you make me feel this way. I've been thinking about the way you move and how your skin, it feels so smooth, yeah. How could anybody think that you were mine when I've walked this road, when I've crossed these lines? And how could anybody think that I'd be fine just living this way, just killing time for you?